So Scott and I have a few mango varieties that we have certain opinions on, and that's
very, very, very
only
strong
because of their name.
Yes.
So we're doing a quick video on bad names for good mangoes. So tag your it, Scott.
My personal pet peeve is Pineapple Pleasure. It's a fantastic mango. In fact, it ranks in my top 3 probably. But the name really bothers me. I can't give a specific reason as to why it bothers me. There are a million reasons, well, maybe not a million, but at least 5 that I can think of. Certainly the alliteration with the PP really bugs me. Secondly, it reminds me of 80s movies with people smoking too much stuff that they're not supposed to. And thirdly, it could be an adult film from the 70s as well. I'm not sure if we want to include that or not, but for those 3 reasons, Pineapple Pleasure is on the very top of my bad names list. Chris, what is your top bad name?
Well, I don't know if I can come up with my top bad name, but there are definitely some unfortunate names. And I guess one of those that bothers me just, you know, for not any big reason, but Ugly Betty.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't think it's an ugly mango, and I don't like referring to any person's name in a pejorative way, and so that would be one of the ones that I'm not too crazy about.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Back to you.
I'm trying to come up with,
with
another one on the list.
It's not like we made a list out first. We're now, you know,
now
in real time. We have to come up.
Creme brulee. I'm sorry, no. No, mangoes don't taste like creme brulee. There should not be a mango named creme brulee, ever.
So I guess my next one would be turpentine. Turpentine is not something that I want to think about when I'm eating a mango. I understand that, you know, it refers not to the taste of the mango, but to the smell of the sap. But still, nobody rushes out to, you know, buy turpentine to eat. And though it is delicious, and you know, of course, turpentine mango is full of fiber, but you know, the way that you get around that is to just smash up the mango in its skin and drink the juice. It's delicious, but
Agreed.
Definitely does not taste like turpentine.
No, that's for sure. Next one on my list will be cotton candy. I have a thing about mangoes that are named after non-mango things, food items specifically, and brand names even more specifically. I don't recall the fruit tasting like cotton candy, so I'm not entirely sure why it's named that, but I would like it to have a more appropriate name. I'm not sure what that would be, but cotton candy, no. I don't think that's a good name for a mango.
Yeah, sometimes I just would prefer like the designation in the grove, like, you know, you know, S35 or something like that. Then it doesn't prejudice you as far as what you're supposed to be tasting in the fruit.
Yeah, it's like a black sapote being chocolate pudding. I mean, that sounds very nice, but the reality is it's not chocolate pudding. So, yeah. What's your next? Not necessarily pet peeve, but one that you think is perhaps not appropriate to the fruit.
I had a great one in mind before I started to listen to you, and then my brain just flushed that.
Yeah, I do that. I do that, yeah.
Oh, I know. I've got one. Triple sec. No.
Yeah.
Original name Seacrest. Seacrest is like fresh air, sunshine, all sorts of thing. Triple sec, yes, the Seacrest mango does have an orange flavor, but triple sec is just not something I want to taste in a mango. It's alcohol and ick, and so yeah, that's my next one. How about you?
It might take me a minute. I have a very short list of ones that really tick me off. Oh no, lemon meringue and its kin. And the reason that they kind of tick me off is that although they are descriptive of what the mango tastes like, the mango already has a name. And I don't like the idea of taking something that's from someone's culture and kind of making it your culture and renaming it so that it's convenient for you. That's probably judgmental of me. I can do that. I'm in my 50s. But I would prefer that it was called by its original name. I mean, it has one. We should be using it.
Yeah, Popier-Clay.
Yes.
And that is something everybody can say. It's
an easy one.
It might look a little different, but then you have the offspring of Popier-Clay, which I think do earn their American names.
Yes.
Because they were ones that, like offspring that were created here.
Yeah, lemon zest and that family. I think
Orange
that's
sherbet
fine.
is also part of that family, and so. But the original one is just.
Yeah, it's Popier-Clay.
Yeah.
It should remain that way. We have other mangoes that still bear their original names, and I get that there's marketing involved in mango plant and fruit sales. I can't deny that, but I feel like we're doing an injustice to the fruit if we don't have its history with it. I mean, where it comes from to some degree, if people are interested in looking that up, but I think to just kind of unilaterally rename a fruit because the original name might be inconvenient to pronounce, I think is not the best choice.
Okay.
That was very lectury.
Okay, so here's my next one. And I actually didn't even want to taste the fruit because of the name. And the name is Fruit Cocktail. Now, I've just had an overdose of that canned fruit cocktail in my younger years, and I was not at all interested in tasting that in a mango. But I did end up tasting a fruit cocktail mango, and it's really good. So I would have preferred that it hadn't had that name because it just didn't make me very excited to taste it in the first place.
Yeah, fruit cocktail, I don't know if I've ever had fruit cocktail, but that's not a name that I would necessarily use to describe a good mango. Because you're right, it does have that kind of canned fruit cocktail with the one maraschino cherry floating in the top.
Yeah, nice
kind of thing.
Syrupy.
Yeah, that you got at school lunches and stuff.
Yeah.
Not great, not great. Right, I think a mango should be named after its merits or the person who developed it or something. I don't really think that it should be named after an unrelated product, because that does, it influences you to perhaps taste that product in the fruit. I'm not necessarily sure that that's possible, but pina colada bothers me to the degree that it's describing something that it's not. But if it has coconut and pineapple flavors, I could understand why you would say that. That's not one that really bothers me. Having said that, pineapple pleasure does. Go figure. I don't know. It's probably just the alliteration that bothers me there. But yeah. Watermelon splash. That's an actual mango?
Yeah, it's watermelon.
Did they breed one with watermelon?
Watermelon is not something I want. That flavor is not something I want in a mango.
No.
So
No.
If you're going to name it that.
Does it taste like watermelon?
I mean, I suppose that it sort of does. I think I tasted it years ago, but I really,
Watermelon splash.
Watermelon or mango, I'm going for the mango,
Yeah, certainly.
So I guess the last one we should mention is buttercream.
Yeah. I get it. You need to name it something, and you want to name it something good.
But yeah, buttercream, I'm never in the mood for buttercream. It's like, it's just like maybe part of baking or something. I don't know, but it's not like, oh my, I wish I had a big bowl full of buttercream.
Well, I actually have days where I think that, but my problem with buttercream is like my problem with other mangoes that get named after specific other foods. They're not that other food, and they don't bear any resemblance to that other food. And marketing a mango under a name of something else that it's not leads people somehow to believe that the mango could possibly taste like buttercream, and there are lots of people who eat cake, and so lots of people who enjoy buttercream, but it's a mango. It's not going to turn into buttercream. Some days I wish it would, but it probably won't. So yeah, it's an unfortunate thing. It's just, it's marketing, and I understand that, and I'm maybe just too bitchy about it, but.
Well, I think that one of the things happening, a major thing, is that Gary Zill did develop a lot of new varieties. Mm-hmm. And so you quickly run out of family members to name them after.
Yeah, I get it.
Pets,
I do.
Nothing, you've gone through all sorts of names.
Yeah.
And then, and then probably a customer said, gee, this reminds me of buttercream, and then they're like, okay, that sounds good enough.
Yeah, or they have a list or whatever. I mean, I'm not dissing Gary Zill for naming mangoes after other things. I'm a little annoyed by the fact that it happens, but I get it. I mean, if you're producing 1,000 new mangoes a year, or however many new varieties he's introducing every year, finding a name, as we both know, can be really, really difficult and time-consuming, and nobody wants to do that, right? I mean, what's the best descriptor of a mango? Buttercream? Probably not. But I think that there's a challenge there whenever you introduce something new, to make it something that is going to be marketable, something that is going to be attractive, something that hasn't been used before. That's tough in mango world. And so, the names possibly reach more and more as more are introduced, simply because there are less choices out there. The only mango that I have ethical issues with the name would be Popuculi / lemon meringue, because I feel like we kind of took their mango and renamed it and made it ours, and that's not really all that cool. But generally, I get it. And there we are, the end of the mangoes that are badly named session.